Hello! What I'm going to show you today is how to prick out your aubergine seedlings. Now, I sowed these aubergines most probably end of February, beginning of March, I think. Anyway, it's now the 9th of April, and they have been growing very lovely, very well. I've got quite a few there, and this one here has just started to get its first little set of true leaves. So they are about just under an inch tall, I suppose, and they are the perfect size for pricking out. I won't prick all of them out today because some of them are just a little bit too small still, but I will prick the bigger ones out very carefully, and then I will leave these little ones just to get a little bit bigger, and then I will prick those out when they're a little bit bigger. May well even get a few more germinating in those, you know, that time that I'm waiting for these to get slightly bigger. So let me show you how I prick out my aubergines. Right, what I'm going to do is I've got one of my little square pots here. I'm just going to fill it to the top with some multi-purpose compost. Tapping it down like that actually makes sure that all the gaps fill in the pot and you don't have any big air holes. And once you've filled it with compost, just give it a gentle pat down like this. Now what I'm going to do is I will sow one seedling per pot. So I'll just show you one and then I will do the rest afterwards. So use your pencil or your dibber or finger or whatever you use just to make a little hole. You don't want the hole to be too deep, you only want it to be about an inch deep, if that. So there's my little hole. And now what we need to do is we need to get these little lovelies out. So very, very carefully, because we don't want to disturb the ones that aren't quite large enough. So I'm going to choose this one here, and what I'm going to do is I'll just stick my pencil into the compost by this little seedling about 1/4 to 1/2 inch away. I will put my pencil in at an angle so it goes down that way, not straight down. Okay, and then I will just lift my pencil up, and hopefully it will encourage my little aubergine seedling to come up. There we are. This one's being a little bit difficult. Okay, it's on its way. Now when you take hold of these, what you need to do is make sure that you take hold of the leaves. Take hold of the baby leaf and not the true leaves, because if you break one of the baby leaves, it's fine. If you break one of the true leaves, you might end up breaking out the tip, and you don't want to do that. So gently, I'm going to have to do it, I can't do it that way. Okay, gently encourage it to come up. Ooh, I'm doing it with the wrong hand because I don't want it to get in the way of you. But I'm going to have to, I'm so sorry. There we go. Right, let's have a little look at this seedling here. Now we can see there's the stem, and there's a lovely, really long root going down there. Lots of little roots coming off of it, which is most probably why it was quite difficult to get out, because it had sort of swizzled itself around. Now, aubergines need to be planted shallow. You don't plant them deep. So you want all the root and the first little sort of white bit of the stem underneath the compost, and the green bit and all the rest of the top bit above. Okay, they don't like to be planted deep. So we will just very carefully pop in all the roots and the first little bit of the stem, and then we will just bring some compost round and just fill in that hole and just firm it down like that. If you do plant them deep, if you plant all of this in, then they will rot because they don't like to be too damp. So that's what you're looking for. Most of the stem above and the little white bit and all the root below. So I will carry on and do the rest of these, and when I've done all the large ones, then I will show you. Right, well, I have managed to do 8 little seedlings. I've got 3 tiny little ones left in the tray. There may well be some more in there that just haven't popped through the surface yet, but what I will do is I will leave those little ones to get a little bit bigger, and when they're bigger then I'll prick those out exactly the same way as I've done the rest of them. If nothing else has appeared, I'll have a quick look through the compost, and if there's no other signs that any others are germinating, then that will be it for them. So I've got 8, possible another 3, so that's 11 altogether, which is great. I love these Rosa Bianca ones. They're just so pretty. They're sort of, they should get to about that sort of size, and they're sort of pink and white, and they're so lovely, compact, meaty, just really, really good. So these, I will give them a little water, and they will obviously stay in the greenhouse. They'll stay in these little pots most probably for about another 6 to 8 weeks, depends how they grow. And then once they're too big for their little pots here, then I will move them into bigger pots, and there will be their final pots that they will be in, and they will be positioned in the greenhouse to grow and produce fruit and have a wonderful time. But when I do all of those things, then I will show you. Well, I hope you are growing aubergines this year, and I hope yours are doing really well. You may well have already pricked yours out. It may be a job that you still need to do, but I hope you enjoy your aubergines as much as I enjoy mine. Well, I hope you found what I've shown you useful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.